Aya Hoshikawa is a doctoral student at Osaka University, which is affiliated with the Laboratory Musicology Graduate School of Humanity. The areas of specialization are musicology, sociology of music, and gender theory. The major paper is singing. Her major paper is singing in the gaze of desire, gender politics of the female singer-songwriter, SSWs.
First, so thank you for organizing so great conference. So my name is Aya Hoshikawa. I'd like to start my presentation. So the title of today's is Masculinities and Femininities surrounding Japanese singer-songwriter. So actually, so I apologize for the site change the title from the op to surrounding. So okay, let's move my introduction. So first of all, so I would like to explain the topic of this presentation. So the main aim of my research is to examine the issue of gender stereotype. So surrounding female singer-songwriters in Japan from the perspective of masculinities and feminities. So I'm researching music venues in Japan known as a live house. The term refers to the specific type of the music performance space in Japan that has become popular since in the 1970s. It is a space that has supported the performance culture of the Japanese popular music. So especially small-scale live house often feature musicians who are not affiliated with record label or music agencies. However, so there is an important gender issue working in the live house. Female singer-songwriters who often sing in a live house struggle with the issue of gender stereotyping. There is two main reasons for this, I think. So firstly, their main audience is middle-aged men. Secondly, live house has remained androcentrism structure to this day. I demonstrated this in paper I wrote last year. So according to Mary Biscuit, so female artists are often not considered so professional in a particular instrument or music genre. This is because I think so they are not recognized as full-fledged artists and as individuals assigned to gender role. So particularly so in small live house, this kind of problem occurs on the daily basis, but it was difficult to visualize the problem of gender stereotyping in the performance space, especially in Japan. So my research focuses on the issue of masculinities and feminities voiced by the female singer-songwriter performing, especially in the small-scale live house. So I refer to the research of the interviews I conducted with female singer-songwriters and live house staff, male fans, event planners, and musicians who support them. Today, through this presentation, I'd like to explore the issue such as misogyny and lookism surrounding them. So to explore this issue, I wrote a paper. The title is The Gender Stereotypes of Female Singer-Songwriters and Their Male Fans. This paper will be published next year. So my presentation is based on the contents of this paper. Okay, so I'd like to move the first contents of the key terms of my research, female singer-songwriters and male. Before getting into the main discussion, I'll explain the key terms that are important to my research. First, so I will use the term female and so male fans. So gender theory has traditionally examined the dichotomy of female and male. So today, particularly in the field of gender studies, there is a growing debate based on the polymers of the multi-layered of the gender. So actually, I'm awake, therefore, so that these terms run the risk of the reconstructing the conventional binary of the male and so female. However, there is a reason why I use these terms. It is examining historically and critically the extent to which the term singer-songwriter has no process for the existence of women. So, in other words, one of the arms my research is to deconstruct the framework of female singer-songwriters and male. Another important aims to the show that the conservative structure rooted in the dichotomy remains so deeply entrenched in the Japanese music performance space. Okay, next I'd like to check the term of singer-songwriter. So singer-songwriters I will analyze are those who write and compose their own music using acoustic guitar or piano, and pointed out by Tim Wise. In Japan, so there are many female singer-songwriters, especially in the pop music genre. So therefore, my studies defines female singer-songwriters so broadly, so based on the following criteria. One, they have identities as female. Two, they independently produce and perform their own music. Three, so they perform solo or collaborate with other musicians. As I mentioned at the beginning, and so this is important thing. So the main audience for female singer-songwriters in live house is middle-aged and more older men. In the interviews I conducted for my previous paper, so I showed that they are driven to build good relationship with their male fans, and that in some cases they suffer from sexual harassment and mansplaining. Therefore, so I'd like to focus the issue of masculinity in live house. So second content is the concept of masculinity and music. Men's studies in Japan began to develop in the late 1980s against the backdrop of the development feminism, when the obviousness of men to waver. From the perspective of music studies, in particular, so musical genres such as rock music or country music, so sometimes discussed in relation to issues of masculinity. For example, there are studies that discuss rock as a form masculine, sexuality embodied in music. And the research that examines how the genealogy of country music in the particular religion has constructed or deconstructed masculinity. Actually, the live house has also strongly associated with rock music ideology. The dominance of rock bands in the live house is one of the reasons for the androcentrism of the music performance space. The status of female artists can be seen as an issue, gender issues also in the live house. However, the concept of masculinity is fraught with the definitional difficulties, as Raewyn Connell highlighted in the use of the term masculinities to emphasize its multifaceted nature. So in men's studies, Connell's term of hegemonic masculinity is often referred to. The Japanese men's studies school of Hirayama understanding that hegemonic masculinity as a concept that explains why the inquiry of male dominance persists. In addition, we can understand this masculinity as a reality that is accepted by those around us as something that cannot be changed. So with this concept of masculinities in mind, so I would like to look at the fans of female singer-songwriters. So third context is so male fans and oji-san. For example, Oishi Dino, a female singer-songwriter, highlights that they sometimes over-prioritize their male fans out of concern or for the maintaining number of audience. In addition, live houses operate under a ticket quota system, where performers are responsible for selling a certain number of tickets. So under this system, if a performer doesn't sell tickets, so they have to pay money, so allowing the live house to earn the certain amount of revenue. So as a result, so female singer-songwriters face challenges in the strategically managing their relationship with male fans. Especially in small live house, female singer-songwriters may have to engage in one-to-one interactions with fans as part of fan service, which can be significant burden of them. Female singer-songwriters are often victims of sexual harassment by male fans in closed spaces. And so here I would like to introduce the word oji-san, which is important when considering the masculinity of live house. The term usually refers to a middle-aged man or uncle. However, this term also has connotations that mock the privileged social position of middle-aged men. For example, so Robertson notes that the term of oji-san has evolved beyond its basic definition to include social and ideological connotations. So one such connotation is men who has a sexual interest for the young woman. In light of this connotation, certain male fans who have a coercive attitude towards female singer-songwriters are sometimes referred to as SSW Oji-san. So this term is used to criticize the Oji-san who force conversations with female singer-songwriters and take photos without paying, or act high-handed while pretending give advice. So the term SSW Oji-san shows status of female singer-songwriter in live house. So I conducted a survey of the interviews with men who were involved in some way with female singer-songwriters performing in live house for rethink about the issue of gender, surrounding female singer-songwriters. So the interviews included a manager of live house in Tokyo area, independent promoter to support musicians who work with the female singer-songwriters, and 3 fans. In the following, I examined the issue of masculinity in live house that I analyzed from the interviews. Okay, so first issue is the problem of the age stereotypes surrounding female singer-songwriters. So their period of activity limited in the relation life events such as marriage as childbirth. So for example, musician A says this about the expected age of female singer-songwriters. So he said, I know I prejudiced, but I feel enthusiastic. And so he said, they are like footballers with a short training career. What we can understand from these comments is that there is a stereotype about the age of female singer-songwriters. So he compared female singer-songwriters to footballers. And yes, so another male musician and promoters I interviewed also mentioned the limited age range of them. In other words, so they are expected to be young, but at a certain point, they are seen to be out of the live house due to marriage or childbirth. Okay, next topic is about the femininity of female singer-songwriters. First, so Fan pointed out existence of male fans who love or like music, and at the same time says, so. However, I once met a female singer-songwriter who emphasized her femininity. On the other hand, another male fan says that he is looking for a girl. So the age and so appearance of female singer-songwriters is seen as a substitute for musical attractiveness. And the evolution of their performance is reserved. The relationship with them and male fans discussed here is based on gender roles of attractiveness. But to begin with, so Livehouse has been recognized as a type of music performance space that function as an alternative. For example, Shun Nomura proposed that the concept of the live house community is in Japan's live house kyodotai as a bundle of human relationship consisting of live house staff and band members based in the live house. And so he argued that it could sometimes deviate from socially desirable ways of life, such as finding employment and getting married and having children. However, so as I have shown, female singer-songwriters in Livehouse tend to be discussed in the context of social desirable lifestyle. It is not difficult to imagine that the image of the young and attractive female singer-songwriter is associated with misogyny or lookism, by the age of this type. Yeah. So what is important is that such a situation is still accepted today as inevitable, and that it constructs hegemonic masculinities in Livehouse. Okay, so I'd like to move the conclusion sentence. So in my presentation, I explore the issue of gender stereotypes surrounding female singer-songwriters in Japan from the perspective of the masculinities and femininities. So I became so interested in this research topic because I have singer-songwriter for about 10 years. For me, so Livehouse was alternative spaces where people who couldn't find their places in school or work and so on. So they could come together and criticize social norms. However, so as I have shown in my presentations, the androcentrism structure of the Livehouse has been preserved to this day. And this structure has rarely been challenged. Perhaps the factors that have helped to maintain the identity of Livehouse as alternative performance spaces have also helped to entrench these gender stereotypes. The issue of gender stereotyping that I have discussed continues to loom large as an important issue for Livehouse to address if they are to continue to be as alternative performance spaces, I think. So this is the reference of my presentation. Please check it. And your feedback and comments would be so greatly appreciated. So thank you for your attention.